Okay guys, what is going on? My name is Nathan or ELEMENTofFROST, and I'm back here again to bring you guys my next prediction video for The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 10, Inmates. Alright guys, so as you guys know, I do these prediction videos every Thursday, followed by the review video of the episode every Monday, as the episode, right after the episode airs. And yeah, so let's start off the prediction video with, of course, the synopsis with the next episode. And here it is. Okay, so synopsis is: the group encounters many obstacles in their quest to find stability and safety, but sometimes all they have to guide them is hope. Okay, so we know this episode is basically gonna be on the entire group, like everybody. Okay, now I don't think it's gonna be on Rick, Carl, Michonne. I think it's just going to be on the remainder of the people that we didn't see in the mid-season premiere. You know, in the mid-season premiere, how we seen Rick, Carl, Michonne, we seen their kind of aftermath of the prison. This time, I think we're going to be seeing Daryl, Beth, Glenn, Maggie, Tyrese, Sasha, Lizzie, Mika, you know, all those other characters that we didn't see in the mid-season premiere, we are going to see here this episode. And I think we're not going to be seeing Rick at least until the next episode, which is episode 11. There's no details on what the title could be yet of episode 11. I'm not too sure. But yeah, anyways, what I think is going to happen in this episode? Well, there's two sneak peeks. I'll try to link you to both of them. There's one from Talking Dead. If I can get a good link and good quality link to send you guys in the description, I'll definitely leave that there. As far as the other sneak peek, that's on AMC.com and on the AMC YouTube channel, so I'll definitely leave a link to that. And there's also promos for the episode 2. Now there's two promos for this episode. One is a normal standard promo that they aired actually on AMC after the last episode aired. They aired a promo for this one. Now the other promo just recently got released on YouTube. Now this one contains major spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna briefly review it. So if you guys don't want to hear any major spoilers for the next episode, I really recommend you don't watch that promo. I'm gonna briefly review it. I'm not gonna go over the major spoiler, because it is a major spoiler. I'm kind of pissed that I watched it myself. But anyways, that promo, like I said, contains major spoilers, but it just really shows how the group's kind of dealing with it. You know, the normal promo for AMC that they aired, kind of focused mainly on Daryl, Beth, and a little bit on Glenn, Maggie, and Tyrese, a little bit. The Fox promo that they aired for the UK mainly focuses on Tyrese, Glenn, Maggie, Lizzie, Mika, those type of people. There's not really much Daryl in it. There is Daryl in it. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking right now. Anyways, sorry about the dog barking in the background. Had to pause recording there for a second. Now, okay, so that UK promo that I was just talking about, yeah, like I said, it mainly focuses on Tyrese and the entire other group. There's a little bit of Daryl in there too, but it doesn't focus mainly on Daryl. It's kind of about the other members. It's kind of all mixed in there together. Anyways, like I said, don't watch that promo if you guys really don't want major spoilers. I will leave a link to it in the description, but I'm telling you guys, it contains major spoilers, guys. I'm not joking. Just don't watch it if you want to be surprised, okay? Okay, so now, anyway, on to my predictions. What I think is going to happen in this episode. What I think is going to happen in this episode is it's going to be I think it's going to be focused on the entire group. I know that kind of for sure. I mean, because all the promos and sneak peeks and stuff like that. But I think it's going to be focused mainly on survival. Okay, we've seen before how Rick and Carl, they were surviving, right? They had to clear out a couple zombies out of a house and stuff like that. But other than that, it wasn't really that based on survival. Now this episode, I think, will be. We have Norman Reedus, Daryl, absolute badass. He can do his best at surviving. I mean, Literally, he can make it work so good. And what I think is going to happen, first of all, I think Daryl and Beth are actually going to try to track. In the sneak peek, Beth is bagging Daryl to track, try to go get Rick, maybe find some of the other prisoners, not really prisoners, but people from the prison group. And I think what they're going to do is try to find everybody and try to get them all together. Now, whether or not they're going to find Rick this episode, I highly doubt it. It's probably going to be in the next few episodes, but I do think they're going to find more than just Daryl and Beth, Lizzie and Mika and Tyrese, Maggie and Sasha and Bob Stuckey. They're all in a group together, okay? They're all in separate groups together. I do think they're going to try to meet up somewhere, or, Daryl's going to track them down. Something like that. We obviously know Daryl's really, really good at tracking because of his previous life. He was a hunter. He hunted with his brother Merle. They always tracked deer, buck, whatever they had to hunt for their food. They couldn't just, buy from the grocery store or anything like that. They were men that had to hunt. They didn't really have a caring family, and that's how they had to kind of provide for the table, or provide for themselves, so to speak, because they didn't really have a table. It was kind of just him and his brother. Excuse me. But yeah, anyways, I do think that's going to happen. I do think Daryl's going to get up off his ass from the fire, because he does look a little depressed, sort of, when sitting around the fire with Beth. In the sneak peek, he does look a little depressed, and Beth is kind of like begging him, come tracking with me. And then she eventually gets pissed off and says, fine, you don't want to track, I'll track. She picks up a knife out of the ground and kind of walks off on her own. Now, I don't think Daryl's going to let her walk off on her own. He's definitely going to chase her. I mean, at the time, he didn't really make a move. But I do believe in the show, he'll probably debate it for a second and then get going. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to say about this episode coming up. I mean, I honestly think things are going to happen. There's going to be walker attacks. Stuff like that. They're going to be actually surviving. This episode's going to be based on survival. I don't think they're going to find a house to shack up in. I mean, maybe one of the groups will, something like that. But other than that, I don't think they're going to find a house to shack up in. As far as Maggie, Bob Stuckey, and Sasha go, I think they're going to be I think they're going to be initially tracking people by themselves, or trying to track at least. Maybe Maggie's trying to find Glenn, or, because she actually thinks that he went off in the prison bus, but he didn't. He, for a fact, didn't. In the promos, now as far as Glenn goes, I do believe, major spoilers in the Fox promo as well for Glenn. He doesn't die or anything, but what I'm going to tell you guys what happens in the Fox promo. He actually, we see him talking to Tara. And I mean, I kind of suspected this already. This was my last prediction video, what was going to happen, but it just didn't happen in that episode. Now, like I said before in the promos that happened before for season 4, the mid-season, premiere and stuff like that, Glenn was running away from the prison with a girl in riot gear. Whether it was Maggie or not, we really had no idea. I predicted it would be either Lily or Tara, and it turns out that it will be Tara. That he will be meeting up with. But yeah, in the promos, Glenn does wake up in kind of the aftermath of the prison. I do believe it's still near the prison because Glenn he got riot gear and stuff like that, and we know that's all in the prison. And he woke up, broken cement everywhere, broken walls everywhere. He was kind of laying on a broken piece of the prison, and walkers were kind of reaching up at him, and and there was obviously smoke in the air, stuff like that. So I do think Glenn's still at the prison. I believe he probably went back to try to get Maggie. There's nobody on that prison bus that he actually knew. Maggie did tell him to stay there, but I do believe he probably got off the prison bus to try to go get Maggie, and Maggie left because she obviously thought he was still on the prison bus. But yeah, anyways, I do think Glenn and Tara will be meeting up. Maybe they'll survive on their own for a little while. I don't know how the first encounter between Glenn and Tara is going to go, because, I mean, she did kind of help the governor attack the prison. She didn't really... She was going to help attack the prison once they get in there, seeing what the governor was like. She didn't really do much. She kind of just walked around and, pretended to be doing her job. She didn't want to get hurt by the governor, and at the same time, she didn't want to kill all the innocent people in the prison as well. So, yeah, there's not really much else to say for the next episode of The Walking Dead, called Inmates. We don't really know what the title is going to be referring to. I mean, obviously, inmates of a prison, you know, that could be like the people at the prison. But seeing as the prison's destroyed now, I mean, this could be hinting towards a main focus maybe on Glenn and Tara. Mostly probably towards Glenn and him trying to find Maggie, stuff like that. It could just be referring to all the previous inmates of the prison, you know, meaning the entire other group, you know, mainly focusing the episode on all of them. You know, what are we going to see? Are we going to see a main focus, or are we going to see kind of the shots all scattered? You know, every single group kind of have an equal time during the episode. I do believe that's going to happen. I do believe there's probably going to be a main focus, though, like maybe a main storyline within that storyline. So that could be Daryl, Beth, you know, trying to track. That could be Glenn trying to find Maggie, Glenn trying to make it out of the prison alive. You know, it could be really anything. But as far as that goes, not really much else I can say for the next episode. I just cannot wait. Obviously, the episode airs this Sunday, February the 16th, only on AMC, and I think it airs on Fox in the UK on Monday, the 17th of February. So yeah, as you guys know, this is my prediction video for Season 4, Episode 10, Inmates. I will be doing a review video for The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 10, Inmates, episode review on Monday, February the 17th, and yeah, I guess I'll talk to you then. For all of you guys that just watched my Walking Dead review and prediction videos, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. Share it around with all your friends. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section of what you think is going to happen in this episode coming. And, you know, discuss it amongst yourself. What do you think is going to happen? And I will talk to you guys in the next video. And, yeah, until the review video. Alright, guys. See you Monday.